Miles. What's up with your next 5 first rounders? What?
Oh, hell
exactly. No. I was just saying some absurd shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Salute. Hey.
Wow, did he crush that one?
What's going on? What's going on? We are back in the building.
Yo.
Boom. What's goody good? Sports Madness, we bite.
You are now tuned into the man cave.
Hey,
When do you get to get this all these fireworks on ESPN? You don't get none of this. We ain't even played the game yet.
Oh, I can take the next 5 first
Come
rounders.
on, bro.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Shout out to Huddle Northeast Sports, everybody. Shout out to everybody. Network 216, hey. Network 216. 8172, come jump on this. Yes, sir. Salute.
Here we go.
Yo, Sports Madness. Hey, listen, man. Jay running a little bit late. He might be able to make it. He might not. He had some personal things. I know I wasn't here yesterday on Game Time 216. Personal matters I had to take care of and deal with. But listen, man, it was crazy last night. If you watched that Spurs-Knicks game, man, Spurs said, hold on, you're going to win in our house. We coming straight to New York to win in your house in front of the president. While you waited how long to get in and pay your astronomical amount to sit in the nosebleeds, we going to take that dub. What up, normal guy? How you doing, Lily? Listen. Before we really get started in all this, let's go ahead and do one thing. I need y'all to hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when we're here. Share it to your people. If you're over on X, jump over to our YouTube at the Man Cave 8172 and hit that subscribe button for us, man. We appreciate y'all. It means the world to us to help bring better products your way. All right, man. Spurs-Knicks went nuts last night. You have the Sorsby ordeal with Texas Tech. That's absolutely insane to me. Insane. You still have Myles Garrett trade blowback going on. And I have not personally myself got on any platform and said my piece, like, sat down and directed it straight at you. And I think I may go on TikTok tonight, go live, and really have this conversation about that trade, Jared Verse, and what it means for the Cleveland Browns. And how all these other things are happening. If you notice, when football season is getting closer, more NFL players are getting in trouble and getting arrested. I mean, how crazy is that? What's up, toilet paper? How crazy is that? You got all these people. What's up, Killer Wolf? Why are NFL players beating up family members and women and doing dumb shit? It's like they know, hey, man, it's almost time for mandatory camp. Let's go beat up our women and children so we can go to jail and not have to deal with it or something. It's absolutely asinine that these people, that these professional players that make all this, normal guy, that's what I'm alluding to. I just saw that this morning, that the left tackle for the Rams did some dumb shit now. Like, what is going on, man? Like, you guys can't act accordingly? You guys are millionaires. There is nothing to argue about. Nothing. Yeah, I know he got arrested. Domestic violence. Crazy to me. But there is nothing to argue about. If I'm a millionaire and I'm on my way to be a billionaire, I'm not arguing with not a damn soul. You can be right. The sky is whatever color you say it is. It is green. It is forest green for all I give a shit. Because I do not care. I'm going to live my life, make my money, take care of my family, and be done with it. If it's a woman I'm arguing with, guess what? You right too. But you can get right the hell out of my house if you continue your ways. It's not that hard to walk away from situations. Especially when you hear these people get DUIs and doing stupid shit at clubs. Why the hell are you putting yourself in positions to do this shit? You have millions of dollars. You got hire a driver. You don't ever need to drive your car when you're going out. I don't care if it's just for dinner. If you're going to be drinking, you don't need to be driving. It ain't that hard to do. Not hard at all. I mean, come on, people. Like, I don't know. I guess this is why regular, normal people don't, middle class people don't get the opportunity to be rich because we probably be too logical about it and we take care of business. You got everybody else that got all the talent in the world and they screw it the hell up, man. They mess up. And they continue to mess up. It's not like it's a one-trick pony. It's over and over again. Yeah, Ayuk arrest warrant. You know what that's for? It's speeding, I believe. Speeding, dude. What makes you want to go $130 and just run away from the cops? I get it, man. But you got to understand, you ain't a normal person, so this ain't going to be a normal thing. It's going to be broadcasted everywhere. If I go $130 on 75 or 71, they're going to give me a ticket, impound my car, whatever. I'm going to deal with it. Guess what? Nobody else knows about it besides me, the judge, this and that, unless I end up killing somebody. You are broadcasting. People are eyes on you left and right. How about stop the stupidity and get down to doing the work? This is why some NFL players don't make it. You got so much talent in the world, and then you go off and do stupid shit. NFL players, NBA players, Major League Baseball players, boxing. It's insane the shit that happens in professional sports where you have been gifted all the talent in the world to make millions of dollars and showcase it in front of millions and billions of people, and yet you decide to go off and do some stupid shit. Now, I understand there's two sides to a story, and then there's the truth. I get it. But if you put yourself in a position to be arrested in the first place, that's an issue. Keep good people around you. Do not invite the drama to you. If you know growing up that this person is a problem, it's either they straighten the hell out or they not around you. Because you can still love from afar. You can still help out from afar. Just don't put your name on anything they doing because it's going to mess things up. We'll get into that a little more later. But, hey, man, let's get on to the Spurs-Knicks game. Woo! Spurs went into Madison Square, MSG, and took it to the Knicks. I mean, they showed out and did their thing. Wembanyama, 32 points. What was it? 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks. I mean, he put it out there. Brunson put up 32, 5 and 5. I mean, these teams are going to battle it out. But you saw what the key was. Wemby had a good game. They put Towns in check. Let's go ahead and look at these stats here. Towns, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. 1. But he did have 3 steals and 2 blocks. But 1 assist. Come on, man. They know how to stop this Knicks team. And the thing is they were saying, what's up, happy Tuesday. You know, you got Knicks fans saying, oh, well, we let one get away. To be honest, the Spurs let 2 get away already. They should have won game 1. They also should have won game 2. They let that shit slip and slide away. Now, the Knicks is a hell of a team, man. They doing their thing. Mike Brown coaching them up. Changed the game. Changed their whole playoff outlook when he decided to run the ball through Towns. Problem is now the Spurs are adapting and they're changing. They're younger. Everyone says, oh, they're too young. But that defense is nasty. And yeah, no, we got Wemby, Castle, Harper, Vaselli. Dude, they got a nice squad over there. And they got a nice defensive squad over there. Once they start getting this all together and get going real nice, it's going to be a problem. And I'm not talking about just this year. I'm talking about future. Future. Because whether Wemby does it this year, he going to be back in there with Harper and Vaselli and all them next year. Castle, everybody next year. The only change I can see is De'Aaron Fox might not be on this team. And rightfully so. The Knicks probably ain't going to change too much. Yeah, the Knicks were sloppy. There was a lot of turnovers. If you want to go back and look at all this, turnovers. It was 8-13. Knicks had 13 turnovers. But what happened is off those 13 turnovers, the Spurs got 21 points. And then off the 8 turnovers, the Spurs had only 7 points came out of that for the Knicks. That's a huge disparity. What's up, Almighty? It's a huge thing right there. Huge. Giving up turnovers and you're giving up 21 points. And then when you're creating the turnovers, you're not gaining. You didn't even gain 1 point of turnover. That's a problem. You know, Mike Brown was on the press conference crying about free throws in the second half. It being 24-8. Look, I get that to an extent, but the problem is I'd only get that if they were so outlandishly back and forth, like the disparity. It was 32-22 free throws total in the game. It was only a 10 free throw difference. That's it. Now, if it was like a 15-20, then that'd be, I understand you, Mike Brown, but the problem is that also means that you blew them away in free throws in the first half, in a sense. And Almighty, yeah, you guys might get the next one. But I'm telling you, the Spurs defense is something else once they start getting acclimated to it. Remember, they've gone through 2 tough series. 6 with the Wolves and 7 with the Thunder. They just starting to catch up now. Again, those first 2 games were actually close. Spurs actually had the lead later in those games and then gave up those games. Now the Spurs finally kept the lead and kept doing what they needed to do. It was a close game, but they held on to it. The Knicks were getting a lot of second and third chances. They were. Here's where we're at here. Second chance points, 10-21. 21 second chance points for the Knicks. So they were right there. They were still in it. It was a good game. I always said the series was going to be good. I had it going 7, and I had the Spurs winning in 7. But again, I have no problem saying the Knicks could do the same. I just think this is going to be a better series than what people started to think after the first 2 games. You know, obviously there's no sweep. They could still only go 5. But if the Spurs get a hold of this next game and they win game 4-2 and it goes 2-2 and they go back home, I think it's going to be a problem for the Knicks. A serious problem, especially if they deal with Karl-Anthony Towns the same way they did this game and they clean up them second chance points. It might be a real issue for these Knicks. A real issue. And I'm all for it. I don't care really who wins. To me, it doesn't matter. My team isn't in it. I don't give a shit. The Knicks haven't won something in a while. That'd be great for them. The Spurs, with this young team and young coach, that'd be great for them. Knicks fans talking, starting to backfire. Spurs just keeping quiet. If you remember, Greg Popovich is the reason why the Spurs are the Spurs even now. And that's how they do things. I know you care, Almighty. That's your squad. I get it. But that's how Spurs have always done shit. They were quiet. No one was loud. Nobody on the team got crazy. Except for back in the day, Dennis Rodman did. But no one does. Knicks are that outgoing, charismatic, in your face type fan base or team. The Spurs are more of that quiet, we're going to do our thing, and that's what it is type squad or fan base. I feel this series could get knotted up 2-2, and we could really have something fun to watch in the last 3 games. And I hope that's what it is. I want the finals to be fun to watch. I want it to be a good show. Every game be good. And so far it has. It's come down to the last 6-7 minutes in every damn game. Yeah, Almighty. See, that I don't understand that. Yeah, Knicks fans were going after people wearing Spurs stuff. Well, why are you doing that, man? You're giving yourself a bad name. You're giving your franchise a bad name. That's an issue. That's a problem. Just like Jay and them were talking. They were saying, and I believe it with them, Knicks win this, whether it's at home, wherever, there's going to be some violence. There's going to be burning cars, all this. Why? Why do teams do that? Cleveland won the championship. I don't think there was no violence. I mean, it was just 1.3 million people there watching this parade. But why has it got to be all this violence? People root for other teams, man. That's what happens. Now, if someone's talking mess, and then they out their mouth, coming out the pocket wrong, then I understand busting that ass. But not just absolute violence because somebody's wearing somebody else's shit. Who cares? Because if you go down there and then you get smacked up because you wearing a Knicks, then you're going to cry and complain. There's no reason for all that. None. Man, get that sportsmanship up. Don't give your team, your squad a bad name because you want to go out there and act a fool. You boo-boo the fool. Don't do that shit. But, man, this is going to be entertaining. I really feel like every game is going to come down to the wire. Wemby's starting to gather his feet again. Again, he was tired. He's been tired. 6-7 games. Knicks have sweeping people. They're putting to the test now. They're actually starting to feel it more and more. Spurs have had to deal with this already. So I think that's another difference in this series. Spurs have already done this, ran themselves out of breath, fought through it and all this. Knicks haven't had to do that yet. I mean, you messed around, lost 2 to Atlanta. You blew out every game with Philly. The one game with Cleveland was the first game when you had to race your ass back to come back from 22 and win that game. But after that, it wasn't really hardship. The Cavs were 2 7-game series, and they were exhausted. And you guys ran away with that. Now you're starting to see a team that's already been through it all. And they're young enough to have those legs, the stamina. They're able to go through it all and be battle-tested. And here they are. I like this series. I do. I like it a lot. So we're going to see what happens. Game 4, Wednesday? Ooh, boy, I can't wait to watch it. I cannot wait to watch it because I swear if the Spurs knot this thing up, it's going to be insane. I know Bobby G called it in 5. I think Jay said 6, Knicks. 100% agree. Almighty, I agree with that. The longer this series goes, the more it advocates for the Spurs to win it. Because, again, the Knicks haven't had to go the distance. This is like a boxing match. You had a guy that was getting first-round knockouts. First or second-round knockouts, just bam, bam. It was quick. The Spurs are taking, their opponents into the championship rounds, the 11th and 12th round, and then win it. The Knicks, do they have the stamina? Do they have the legs to withstand going to the championship rounds? That's the problem. Again, I agree with you 100%, but that's how I feel this is. The later in the rounds it goes, the harder it's going to be for the Knicks to come on top because the Spurs get better as it is. As it goes further into the series, the Spurs get better. But look, man, you know the NFL's coming. Mandatory OTAs, mini camps, all this stuff. It's about to pop loose. I cannot wait because you know that means the season's getting closer. The World Cup is starting to kick off, or it might have already kicked off. I know it's coming too. That's going to be huge over here in America. It's a big thing now. And I love the World Cup. I watch it just because, you know, you watch countries, the different things that happen, the best players in the world playing for their countries. What up, B Screws? He says the Knicks better drink some Powerade or Gatorade. They looking like they running out of gas. They better do something. Hey, almighty, a lot of people do. The biggest sport in the world is soccer. Believe it or not, it's soccer. It's huge. Yes, Jeffrey Champion. We got a shout out to Joe Batonio retiring. Said, I don't want to go to another team. My loyalty stands with the brown and orange, and I will leave and be a Cleveland Brown forever. And he retired after 12 seasons. Tons of Pro Bowls, tons of accolades to go on there. He did his thing here. I don't know if they're going to put him as a Hall of Famer, which I believe he deserves to be one. I mean, he was an amazing offensive lineman. You know, a left guard, amazing. Almighty, I get it. I don't watch a lot of soccer. I've watched very limited, but when it comes to the World Cup, I'll watch that because it's like the Olympics. You're rooting for the USA, so you're hoping something happens. And there's all sorts of crazy shit that happens. Like I remember years ago, we're talking about 16 years ago probably, maybe more than that, maybe 17 years ago, the World Cup had those vuvuzelas, you know, sounded like buzzing, sounded like a big-ass bee and shit. That shit was crazy to me. Beast Girl says Spurs are young and hungry. They feel like if they can beat the Thunder, they can come back to beat the Knicks. Yeah, the Spurs aren't scared of anybody. Spurs aren't scared of anybody. And they can do the damn job. They can do it. Like I said, it's like boxing. The later in the rounds it gets to them championship rounds, the 11th, 12th, the Spurs are the ones on top. The Knicks are used to that first, second round knockout. About to see what happens. When we pushed back Joe Batonio void contract, I thought there was a possibility he'll come back and play right guard. Yes. A lot of people did. But the longer it took for him to say something, I knew it wasn't going to happen. I figured he may go somewhere else to try to win a Super Bowl maybe. But then it got even longer, and I knew retirement was what it was. I absolutely knew that was coming. Almighty says Spurs were down 3-2 to OKC and won 2 straight. And guess what? OKC, after a loss, had been 10-0 up until that point. 10-0. And I kept telling Jay, I'm like, they're due for that. They're due for the 2 losses in a row. Oh, it just hasn't happened yet. Doesn't mean it can happen, and it happened. Now they were 10-1 in the worst time to do it. They were 10-1. Towns was aggressive. Wasn't. I'm about to say, yeah, you mean wasn't aggressive last night. I don't know. I think maybe he's wearing down. Because, again, the Knicks have had a lot of rest. They've dealt with a lot of stuff. And maybe Wemby and Cornette and that team is starting to wear Towns down some. Because I truly believe if the Knicks fall, it's because of Towns. It is definitely because of Towns. Because you've seen Brunson. Brunson, I'm going to put the super in front of the star. He is a superstar. The dude is a dog. And he was playing hero ball. A lot of ISO, a lot of trying to get to the hole. I mean, sometimes, like you saw when Cleveland was up 22, the ball went in Brunson's hand. He scored 8 straight. 8 straight, and that brought it down to 14. And then the Cavs were reeling. And that was the end of that. But yeah, Brunson trying to play hero ball to make everything happen on his own. He's got to trust his teammates still. Problem is Towns just wasn't having the game. OG was doing his thing, though. OG was putting it together. But can't have Brunson do it all by himself. Agree, Skrills. Too much hero ball. What's up, Pug Love? Spurs got the ultimate assist from the refs. I'm not going to say they did that. I'm not going to do that. That wasn't OKC Thunder type stuff. I mean, I get the Wimbiana, smashing on Brunson's face. That could have been something, but I'm not going to say that the refs swayed it one way or another because there was only 10 more free throws to the Spurs than the Knicks. And if it was 24-8 in the second half, that means it was 8. It was lopsided all the way around. There's been games where the Knicks got more free throws than the Spurs. I mean, he goes back and forth with this. Back and forth. There's a lot of missed calls on a lot of these games, and I think the NBA needs to do something about that after this season. Get that handled. Hazy, did Knicks mentally want to blow away Spurs and getting to them, they can't put them away. I just like I've been stating this whole time, I feel like it's a boxing match, and the Spurs have lasted into the championship rounds, and I think the Knicks are starting to feel a little more sluggish because it's going further than it needed to. Even though that was only 3 games. The problem is the way it's happening. They're not winning it easily as they have been the last 2 rounds. Like I said, the one game they were contested in the last 2 rounds was game 1 against the Cavs. The Cavs were beating on them and then gave it up in the last 7 minutes. I mean, they were up by, 20-something points, and then 7 minutes, the Knicks came rushing back to do that. That was the last time the Knicks were truly, truly tested. And they've been tested in every game in this series because the Spurs have had the lead late in every game. The first 2 games, they had the lead late. The Knicks just outlasted. But again, the Spurs have been going through long series this whole time. Jeffrey says Towns was pushed out of the Timberwolves because in the playoffs he played so soft, was only taking threes and went but not driving to the paint, and then when he would, missed the layup. Yeah, Towns' game is different. He needs to up his bag a little more. That whole shooting 3 shit. Look, I want a big man that can shoot the 18-footer all the way out to the arc, but don't rely on it. Joel Embiid, he could score 52 because when he's in the paint, he can do that. He can't shoot from the arc and just sit out there. He can't do that. Hey, Skrills, I'm happy for the man. He's retiring. Joe Antonio, hopefully he can get a gold jacket one day. I don't know if he did enough or if the Browns won enough, but I mean, he's a hell of an offensive guard. I haven't heard anything else about the Max Strus and Isaiah Stewart trade. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just, man, I don't know how I feel about that. We need the toughness would be great. Isaiah Stewart does a lot of things on the D side and toughness side, but I don't know. I also know they're looking at Dean Wade bringing back more than Keon Ellis, and I want them both back if I have to say it, because I want the defense from both of them. They both can make shots when needed to. The problem is it's got to be consistent, and you have to take the shot. Dean Wade, you got to shoot the ball. Like when you were wide open in some of these series, you did not take the shot. I get it. If you miss it, people are going to criticize you, but if you don't take it, we're going to criticize you. So take it and get criticism. Who cares? Yeah, I agree, Jeffrey. I don't know if I'm the Max Strus. The only way I like him off this team is if we're putting in a trade and we're getting, if he's got to go, if we trade for Giannis or another trade transpires and we're bringing in a star of some magnitude, then yeah, I understand Strus going then. But yeah, I don't know about for Isaiah Stewart. You got to remember, this Cavs squad wasn't fully healthy until like March 15th. This whole team hadn't played together but 15 days before the playoffs started. 15 games, or I don't know about 15 games, maybe 10 games before the playoffs started. So they never really got in rhythm because they never really had it. And once they started to, it would you show at certain points through the playoffs, but it could never really, gain momentum. Problem is Wade, we have to sign and trade that because he's a free agent if we don't sign him. So we would have to sign him and then trade him for Stewart. But I don't know if they want to do that because to them, that's almost like doing the same thing. Dean doesn't take real shots. Stewart will shoot that three if he's open and not care if he misses or start to pass it away. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of trades, after the draft. Beginning of July is when a lot of this shit will go down. Maybe not after the draft, before the draft, but beginning of July, you'll see a lot of movements. Free agency opens up. You'll see a lot of different things happen. The NBA will pick up, and then that'll be it. We won't hear about the NBA until October. Hi, I'm Kevin Durant. Well, if you really are Kevin Durant, what's going on, man? No matter what, thanks for showing up to the show, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button for us, man. If you over on X, jump over to the YouTube channel at The Man Cave 8172. Hit those buttons for us, man. We appreciate y'all being here. I'm riding solo dolo right now. Jay may pop in at some point. Scully will be here later. Oh, we're going to continue talking it all. What is this? But they have Paul Raid who kick shot ass that series. I don't know. There's a lot of things about to happen with this. I don't know what direction the Cavs going or how they deal with Harden. I feel like there's a lot of up in the air stuff because now it comes out that Giannis really wants to go to Miami, I think. And that might be a good spot for him. I just don't know. They got a lot of draft picks. Tyler Hero, to me, wouldn't be the equal to Giannis. So I don't know how they become the team unless Giannis says this is the one team I want to go to. So you got to make it done. I don't know. I think the Cavs really need to go out there. If you want Giannis, you really need to say, hey, he's Mobley, some picks. If you got to throw in something else and try to work that out, but I don't know, man. I don't think the Knicks do too much changing in the offseason because they got a good squad. He says Paul Reed, center, was coming in number 7 on the Pistons. He dropped 20 points on our heads every game. Yeah, because it was a different guy than Durant. His whole different game, and we didn't make the adjustment to him. That's the one thing Kenny did not do. He did not make in-game adjustments too well. Like, he knows how to do it because he does it during the regular season. It's during the playoffs. You got to do that shit on the fly. You might make like 3-4 adjustments a game. It's not just a halftime thing. You might have to do it every quarter. In the middle of a quarter type stuff. And he needed to be more quicker with that instead of just sitting on the bench. The dude barely got up off his seat. And that to me was an issue. I like my coach walking around, yelling and screaming at me. Shit, I coached for 18 years. I don't think I sat on the bench more than 5 minutes in 18 years. I was talking, screaming, talking to refs. I was trying to gain momentum from my team the whole time by me standing there. Because if my team's out there running around, I'm not going to be comfortable on the bench. I want to be standing up yelling, showing, hey, it might be me only walking 10 feet back and forth, but I'm walking it. Jeffrey says, I don't think Giannis is going anywhere because Milwaukee has some good stuff going on over there. Some of the young players stepped up this year. It's not Milwaukee that's making a decision. Giannis wants to go. Giannis wants out. He's going to be traded. That's happening. This has no bearing on what Milwaukee wants anymore. They screwed that whole thing up. If they would have dealt with this shit sooner, it would have been different. Giannis was there this year, saw the young talent. He don't want to be there still. He wants gone. So he is going to go somewhere. Trust me, Milwaukee was going to trade him to us at the deadline for Mobley straight up. We said no. Giannis will be moved. He will not be a Milwaukee Buck anymore. Unless Milwaukee makes a trade and brings in some star caliber player, Giannis ain't going to be there, man. He will not be there. Let's switch gears a little bit. Hey, NFL time. It's almost football season. And you got college coming, NFL coming. But let's talk a little bit about Brandon Sorsby. How's this dude gamble all that? Pete Rose can't get in the Hall of Fame because the man done gambled. And he gambled on his team to win, not as a player. He should be in the Hall of Fame as a player, but as a manager, he gambled on his team to win. He said they were going to win every single time. Sorsby over here making all this money gambling on like 160 times or whatever the hell it was, made $65,000. Dude, he gambled a shitload. And yet, a judge ruled an injunction so that he could play this year at Texas Tech. And now you got colleges saying, hey, we're not going to play Texas Tech. Problem is how's that look? How can you pull out when the season's coming up? Because I don't know if you can pull out like that. You might say you're not going to play them, but does that automatically give them the wins then? Because I don't think you could change who you're playing during that year. If you forfeit to them and they get all these W's, what's that tell you? I don't know how that works. I want to know a little. I'm going to have to read a little more into that because I want to know. Because I don't think they could just pull out and say they're not playing. To me, it's like a forfeiture. Team don't show up. That's on you then. Why not play and bust their ass? Bust their ass. And if they win all these games, let them have the asterisks next to their name saying they had it with this dude doing it. And there's one thing I do agree with Paul Feinbaum on. I think he's a fine bum. I think it's fine bum. I agree that this is hurting the integrity of the game. Allowing this man to play after he's done so much, especially when he's college. In the NFL, people were getting season-long bans for gambling. It wasn't even on their own team. But you're telling me in college this dude can get an injunction and still play? You going to be okay with that after all the bullshit going down? I don't think so, man. I hope the guy this dude doesn't see the field. I also hope the Browns ain't going to be stupid enough to take him in a supplemental draft. The kid's got talent. It's a character issue. It's a mental problem. It's got to be dealt with. Jeffrey says, Danny from Milwaukee, they got from OKC, who I really want, was 6'10" and a great defender. Yeah. Again, they got some young talent. Problem is their superstar don't want to be there no more. Icos says, poor young prime time. Dude retired, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett gone. Yeah, Myles is gone. We got Jared Verse. We got draft picks. I love the trade for the Browns. They're working towards the future. And I said this before on the show. I said this is the most win-now trade by a team, the Rams, because they want to win now. They're giving up all the future to do that. A future star, future draft picks, everything to win right now because they know once Stafford is done, they're going to have problems. And the Browns move was the most future trade because they got a young stud back who's only 2 years in his rookie contract and got draft picks. I love it. No, the left guard retired, and we already replaced him. We already knew he was going to retire. It was either that or he was going to a different team. So that doesn't do nothing. They already knew Joel was gone. They knew that. Jeffrey says, but honestly, I think the Cavs need a consistent shooter, Sam and Max. There's times that they can't buy a bucket. You're right. And yes, people are undervaluing Jared Verse 1,000%. Again, I had a whole thing where it's side by side the first 2 years and the pros, and Versus got him on almost everything except for sacks. So to me, it's Jared Verse is on a similar path to what Myles Garrett had and laid out. So I'm 100% okay with this trade. Do I think we might have been able to get more from a different team? Yes. But the Rams value Jared Verse as 2 first-round picks. If they would ever have traded first, it would have been for 2 firsts. Because he was a first-round pick at 19, and he's done shown that he's a monster out there. And I think he's going to be even more of a monster here in Cleveland. People are like, well, there's no triple-double team. You don't know what's going to happen here. Because we got solid players every level on that defense. You know, Mason Graham, Collins, Alex Wright, Verse. Welcome back. You're better than Stephen A. Listen, Stephen A is just one of them dudes, man. He's one of them crazy dudes that just says all sorts of outlandish shit. Jeffrey says, put Jared Verse and Garrett's first 2 years side by side. Jared Verse was better at everything. Yeah, exactly. I just said that. 100%. And Verse played 7 more games because he wasn't injured. I think he deserved an all-pro team his rookie year. To be honest, he also won Rookie Defense of the Year. Myles never won that. What's up, Ivan? Myles never got to win that. But this trade is great for both teams, man. Stephen A over there saying this trade's horrible. Verse needs to try to get out as soon as possible, blah, blah, blah. Why? Verse is from Dayton, Ohio. He's from 20 minutes from where I live right now. Dayton, Ohio. Hey, Ivan, I don't do the Russian thing. I don't know if that's Russian or what it is. I can't read it. But, yeah, Dayton's right here. He's lived in this kind of place his entire life. Granted, was he just about to go to a Super Bowl? Was he a couple plays away from going to it? Yes. Does that aspect change? Yes. But now he knows what he's coming to in a fan base that's absolutely diehard and loyal to their team. Even when they go 1-15 and 0-16. Diehard. But that's never going to happen again. You're never going 0-16 against 0-17. None of that. Yeah, hey, we talked about that before. This Verse Garrett trade is like the Goff Stafford, in a sense. In a sense, because the Lions, following that, brought in Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra. All these players came in. They brought the young talent in. The Browns have done the same thing now. They got young talent, running back, tight end, receivers. You have studs on the defense. I think that's the difference between it, because the Lions didn't really have the studs on defense. I mean, they had the end. Verse becomes Aiden Hutchinson in a sense, but they didn't have every level. We have every level covered. People are talking about Ward and Delpit being traded. Ward could be. Problem is I don't know why you trade away Ward. We don't have a corner right now that could back it, that could be put in that position. We don't have that. I don't know why you get rid of Delpit. I'm re-signing Delpit, to be honest. Him and Emine back there, that's great. Ronnie Hickman's the odd man out after this year. You got Delpit and McNeil back there. You keep Ward unless he takes a huge step back. I mean, he's still got 2 years left. He could retire after those 2 years. Who knows? And I don't know what you're really going to get for him right now. Like, this isn't like you could trade Greg Newsome and get Tyson Campbell type thing. You're not trading Ward and getting that type of compensation. Like, you might have got a first if you can coax somebody into it during the draft or before, like, last year's draft, but I don't know about now. I feel like that could happen, Jeffrey, if a team is right there on the cusp and feel that a veteran corner would put them over the top, possibly in the playoffs or going to the Super Bowl. I feel like that trade could happen with Denzel. And it could be like the Verse Garrett trade. You know, we needed Verse to be in that trade to even have that happen. And it's you got the younger stud. If we can get that trade like that, that could happen. I just don't know. It also depends on our record, too. Like, depending on how our record comes out, I mean, if we got a losing record, 8 games in, then yeah, that trade depend. I mean, and let's be right there. If all these games have been close, it could be a different story. Could be a different story. But if we got a winning record, I don't see us making changes like that unless that young player is a young star in the making. And even then, you don't disrupt this team. Because if you can make this team be something, if the quarterback plays what it needs to be, if Shedeur comes out and plays great quarterback play, but then you don't make that trade because you could possibly go to the playoffs, do your thing, and you want Denzel to be a part of that, especially if his level of game is up there. I'm not making that trade. I'm 100% not making that trade. Because I don't want to disrupt things on the defensive side. But again, if we're in that 1-7 type shit, 2-6, whatever, then yeah, you're probably making that trade, bringing the young star, send him somewhere where he could possibly win some playoff games, maybe go to a Super Bowl, whatever, and see what happens there. But yeah, this NFL season, I think, is going to work out to be. I've seen some crazy shit. I saw somebody predict the Chiefs to go 14-3. So you're going to lose the 3 games with Mahomes not there and then win every game after that? I think the division's too tough. Denver and the Chargers are tough outs. Chiefs, you got a tough way to go in this season. I don't see 14-3 being it whatsoever. And then I saw that the same person had the Ravens 13-4. I think the Ravens take a step back. You got a whole new coaching system over there. Coordinators, everything's new. There's no way you just jump right into it and it pushes you ahead unless he goes exactly to what Lamar is and gives them that for 1 year before they change everything. Because everything's going to change. Derrick Henry's a dog. He's a beast. Problem is, Father Time will win. He will start to slow down soon enough. And who knows when that step back happens. Jeffrey says Shedeur Sanders, I think he's going to be better, but he's a project, so I don't think he's going to be really, really good until his 4th or 5th year. I hope he is leaps and bounds better than what he was last year. Otherwise, if he's not, then I don't want him to be anything. That's where I'm at with this. Because if he isn't leaps and bounds better, if we don't win games, if we don't look relevant with him at QB, and it's not his fault we're losing, then he's not going to be on this team. Him and Watson will both be gone after this year. We'll be trying to draft Arch Manning. I'd rather him be above average, just a little above average, win games for us, cut down the mistakes, and still be a project. Like, hey, you still got to finally tune this kid, but we need him to show out a little bit. Have a game where it's 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception type shit. Do that throughout the season. Just don't make it a 2-3 turnover thing every game. You're going to have games where you might throw 2 picks in it. It's going to happen. Happens to the best of these dudes. Aaron Rodgers had one of the best seasons ever in the NFL where he only threw, I think it was 2 picks. That's a rarity. The best quarterbacks in this league throw picks. Brett Favre's a gunslinger, threw picks. Peyton Manning, his rookie season, threw 20 picks. You're going to throw picks. Just don't make it to where it's double every damn game. Unless you throw in double touchdowns. You throw 2 picks and you throw 4 touchdowns, you win the game, cool. but you got to win the game. It has to be because you did what you needed to do. You overcame the adversity, overcame the turnovers, won the game. I'd rather not have to go chase a quarterback next year, even though it's a great class, but it's a great class for a lot of things. If we're going to be up there, I'd rather move to try to get Jeremiah Smith. You add him to this team with KC and Denzel, and you put them three there, and you have Bond and maybe Thrash, because I think Tillman gets moved and Judy gets moved. Judy might be one of those. If KC and Denzel step up, Judy could be moved by the deadline to a team that needs a wide receiver, and we get, future draft pick or maybe get some depth at a position we need. But also I'm upset because the way Kevin did Jameis Winston, he should have been running the Joe Flacco offense that took us to the playoffs, because he would have been way better in the system. He would have been way better because he's younger than me. And he didn't just come off the couch. I love Flacco, man. Flacco did his thing. But Jameis would have thrived in that too. Winston would have thrived in that too. Hey, I hope Judy plays better this year. I hope he plays better. But I still think he could be moved at the deadline, even if he is playing better. Because if he's playing better and he looks good, and Denzel, Boston, and KC look good too, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. And then you trade Judy and get a nice draft pick, or again, a nice player in return. Maybe that you trade Judy, maybe you get your young corner that way, and he could sit behind Denzel and start to learn even more. And then you move. I don't know. I agree that could happen. I'm with you on the Judy thing. If KC and Boston step up, he's not going to be doubled. He's going to be more free. All that's going to happen. The problem is I've still seen it in OTAs, and he's just dropping the ball. And we're talking about balls. The balls are hitting his hands. It's not like it's some crazy throw. That's the problem with Judy. You can throw that ball 10 yards in the air, and he goes and gets it. But if it's right here in his chest, he's dropping it. He's dropping a lot so far still in training camp and stuff. If the young guys show out, we don't need to keep them. There is no need to keep them if the young guys show out. If your whole thing is another reason why Miles has moved on from is because he's not going to be the answer, or we're aiming for the future. We're acting like this team isn't going to be relevant for another year or two, then Judy's got to go too. That's how I look at that. It's just like Denzel. If they're saying Denzel, what's Judy? Like, how old is Judy? Let me look at that. Because if you're saying, let's see, where is he at? He's 27. He just turned 27. So if they're saying Delpit and Ward could be moved on because they're older, why wouldn't you look at Judy like that? Especially if Shedeur is giving you average to above average quarterback play and winning games. This means you might not go after a quarterback and you go after Jeremiah Smith. There ain't no room in the locker room for Judy then. If KC and Denzel Boston are showing out and showing they can play this game, I don't need Judy here. I'll move Judy. We got Isaiah Bond. We got Jeremiah Thrash. I'm cool with that then. I got no problem with that. But, I mean, if we're winning games, then maybe we keep Judy until the offseason, and then we move him then. Because if I'm going to go after Jeremiah Smith, I'm bringing him in, and I'm letting Judy ride, because I get the jump is a leap from college to pros, but it's not for a talent like that. It ain't going to be that difficult. For Jeremiah Smith, it is not going to be difficult at all. What up, Justin? What up, running ball, man? It's just not going to be that difficult. I understand that. I don't know if I put drops on CD and Mike. AJ does have a little bit of a drop issue, but their drops are a little different than Judy's. Like Judy has a ton of drops. Hey, I agree, running. I want Smith. I'd rather Shedeur play out and do his thing. You get Jeremiah Smith, that'd be insane. I mean, if we have a losing season and Shedeur still plays above average and it wasn't really on him, then I don't know. You got 2 first-round picks. And I said this before, Stafford literally is one back tweak away from missing a good portion of his season and the Rams pick becoming real relevant with us. Because Ty Simpson or Stenson Bennett or whoever the hell's over there is not leading that team deep in the playoffs or to the playoffs or to a Super Bowl if something happens to Stafford. God forbid something happens. I don't wish that on nobody. But if Stafford has to sit for a significant time in the season for back problems, they do not do something huge. That means that pick could jump from being what we believe to be a 32 pick, and he could be top 15. You're right, Jeffrey. 1,000 yards. I mean, he had 1,200 yards the one year, but the problem is we have to produce all over the field. It has to be a whole team producing for that 1,000 yards to matter. And they drafted Ty Simpson because, look, I said the Rams had to be the team Ty went to. He has to be able to sit there for a full season, if not 2, to become a good NFL quarterback. Because I don't think of him as, hey, I can just walk in and play the game. He can't do that. Now, after sits for a whole year, maybe 2, do I believe he could walk in like that? Yes, I believe he could finally get it together, but it's going to take some time. And by then, you got Stafford gone, Devontae Adams will be gone, Myles Garrett might have took a step back. Things are going to look different. The Rams aren't going to be the same team. Running says they got to think about what Smith does without the ball and how teams plan to defend him against him. Probably frees up Sanders to be more of a threat. Agree. Smith will command the double team for as big and fast as he is. Command it. And that will make Casey in Boston that much more better with Harold Fanning, with Junkins. A lot of people are trying to be so down on the Browns. You guys don't understand this talent that is there. Talent across the board on every level, defense and offense. And yet we have to see KC and Boston do it, but we've seen it from all the other guys already. What are they going to trade for him? Jeffrey, they've given up their picks. You're telling me they're going to give a second-round pick to go get Mac Jones? Because they don't got a first next year. They're going to have to give something up. They're going to give up a second-round pick for Mac Jones or Justin Fields and mortgage their entire future to where they don't have a first or a second round next year? That means and Mac Jones to me isn't that good. You guys are living off of what, 3-4 games that he played with the Niners when Purdy went down. I'm not going to live off that. I never wanted Mac Jones to even be a thought process here in Cleveland because I don't think of him to be that type of quarterback. Can he be a bridge gap? Yes, he can be a bridge quarterback to the next guy, not, hey, this dude's going to hold fort. Problem is, I don't see them giving up a second-round pick to go get Mac Jones, just a bridge to Ty Simpson. You need to be able to start replacing other guys. Pretty soon, your wide receiver depth over there is going to be only Puka. Because Devontae Adams is going to retire in the next year or two. I agree, Ronnie. I agree. I see. You think Mac Jones can lead a team to the Super Bowl? I think he's one of those guys where teams start to see him more and more. They're gonna really tee off on him. They're gonna key in on him. I don't think he's had the pressure in the playoffs either. That's gonna be another issue. I feel like they can win the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think trading for Mac Jones or Justin Fields is going to be what you do with it. I mean, Mac Jones more than Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields. I just don't think they're a Justin Fields type of team. They are a Mac Jones type of team in a sense of that guy that sits there in the pocket and throws the ball. Justin Fields to get out and run. And maybe that's what they need. Maybe that'll help them more if they have that dual threat quarterback. I know what you're thinking or where you're at with it. I'm not giving up more draft capital after I just gave all that for Miles. I just can't give up a second rounder. Like now you go into the draft with no first, no second. I don't see it. I don't. It'd be rough. They might throw Ty out there and think he can just do it. Maybe Ty can win them some games. I don't know if they can go all the way to the Super Bowl with Ty. Maybe Ty wins a game here and there. Maybe their defense is that good that it does do their thing because their defensive line is still nice. You had Miles and you took Verse away. You upgraded it that little more. You got a nice little linebacker core. You took the whole Chiefs secondary. The defense could probably do the damn job. Problem is when you go up against other teams, especially in the playoffs, when you're going to go against the Niners in your own division, Seattle in your own division, it's going to be rough. I mean, the Eagles are going to be rough. There might be another move out there for the Eagles. The Eagles might make another move. There might be something else going on out there. The Cowboys are going to be tough, especially during the beginning. Because if you look at the Rams, depending on if that injury ever happened, we're just stating if the injury happens. We don't know if that could happen or what would happen. I mean, you got to think their first 5 games, the Rams' first 5 games. 49ers, Giants, Broncos, Eagles, Bills. 3 of them are at home, but God. Yeah, Sam Darnold had a good defense. He also had a running back that came to play all of a sudden. Walker came to play. The reason why Seattle did anything was because of Walker and that defense. It wasn't because of Sam. Kyron Williams is not any of that. Him and Blake Corum maybe together could, if Blake Corum takes that step, maybe they could do it together. But if one of them are down, I don't see Kyron Williams holding fort like Walker did. But that defense is a hell of a thing. But they also won all them games, and teams weren't, like they were. Like I said, you're going against a Niners team, a Giants revamped team. The Giants could be decent. A Broncos team in Mile High. You're in Philly, and then you got to play the Bills. That's your first 5 as a Rams. Jesus. And then your last 6 as a Ram, you play the Chiefs, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, the Bucks, and the Seahawks. You're talking about your first 5 is what I read out to you, and your last 6 is this? The worst team you play there, depending on how Seattle's season is going, is Tampa Bay in your last 6. Ooh. Yeah, I heard what Donald said. He's got to see if that fire's still there, and he can come back. If he comes back, That defensive line is masterful, crazy. Holy shit. The talent that'll be on that defensive line, the talent that'll be on that defense, period, will be insane for the Rams. But again, I feel like they have one of the toughest. They say the Bears have the toughest schedule. I feel like the Rams, again, your first 5 and your last 6 are insane, depending on how the Seahawks are. If the Seahawks are playing at level or right, maybe a tier below what they played last year, winning 14 games, and then they're on pace to win, 11, 12. I feel like the Rams schedule, if they don't have Stafford, is going to be crazy for them. Absolutely insane for them. It'll be low-scoring games, but they could still lose them, and that'll be the problem. Hopefully Scully jumps on here soon. Jay's handling business. May pop up at some point. But make sure if you over on X, you jump on over to our YouTube channel at the Man Cave 8172. Hit that sub button. Hit that like button for us, man. We appreciate y'all. If you over on X, I can't see what the chat's all about if you guys are jumping in the comments. That's why I want you guys to jump on over to the YouTube channel. Get inside the chat, man. Love the chat. It gets crazy over here. We'll talk. Bring up whatever you want to bring up sports-wise about whatever team you want to talk about. We could talk. Caleb Williams is so confusing. Reminds me, hold on. Caleb Williams, he is so confusing. Reminds Shedeur Sanders last year. Maybe the wild plays, but it was just easy stuff he was missing. I agree. And Sorsby, I talked about Sorsby a little bit earlier about how that's insane. They are letting a judge gave the injunction for Sorsby to actually play, and now teams are talking about pulling out of playing Texas Tech. And the issue with that is, can they do that without it being a forfeiture? Because it's already 2026. The season is already about to start. Now, if it's a forfeiture, you're telling me Texas Tech's going to go undefeated. That's going to be insane to me. I don't know. What up, Scully?
What Mike? Sports Madness. What up?
Nah, man, just sitting here rambling on about.
I see you, Fidel. I had to get on here with you.
Yeah. Jay's doing some stuff. He was going to be running late. Didn't know if he's going to be able to jump on. Took care of business.
Well, glad I showed up. So, what was you just talking about? College?
Sorsby, the quarterback that's Texas Tech, for all the gambling issues he had, and he was in trouble with all that. He got suspended. Well, he had a judge came out, gave Texas Tech an injunction so that Sorsby could be eligible to play this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, bro, like we trying to figure out what's going on with college. And I don't understand any of that, Mike. I guess it's about who we,
It's
good, normal guy.
What you know, all that shit. But again,
and what college? What college?
Yeah, I don't know how they allow this to happen. Like I said earlier, Paul Feinbaum, because I actually hate that dude. I call him Fine Bum.
Yeah, he's a fine ass bum.
Yeah, bum ass fine bum. But he said it correctly. The integrity of college football will take a big shot, a big hit, if they allow this to go down. If they allow Thorsby to play and other teams decide not to play, because I truly believe they can't just back out like they're saying they want to. They can, but it's going to be a forfeit. It's going to be a W for Texas Tech. And I don't know how that plays out.
The whole, college basketball altogether, Mike, has always been suspects, man. From paying to not paying to make forcing kids to stay to not forcing them. Like, the whole college game is just rigged. It's all money, man. Sometimes I think the college game is even bigger money than the pros.
Oh, 100%. 100% big money. And you saw Saban got out once everybody else could pay players. He got out and knew that hammer would fall and it would happen. You would start to see teams that were good without paying players become even better because they are paying players.
Yeah, I never liked that that ugly ass bomb. He garbage, but he one of the worst dudes on TV. He up there.
He is. He does go ahead and double fist an SEC type deal. He's a problem over there.
Yeah,
And
Mike, what you feel about? So I seen the Caleb Williams thing, man. They actually put Caleb Williams on the front of Madden. Like, how you feel about that?
I mean,
He ready for that? He ready for that already?
well, you know what the man Kurt around, it's going to be an issue for
That's
him.
what I mean. That's what I mean. Does he really? Did they really need to curse him already though? Like,
I don't know how he could have been the cover. To be honest, why did? And I'm not saying this as a Browns fan. Like Garrett broke a sack record that's been around for how long? He might have been. He should have probably been the cover of the damn thing.
So Miles never been on a cover before.
I don't think he has.
I don't think he has. Nah, that's disrespectful. You're supposed to give the cover. There's only two people should have been on that cover: Miles or quarterback from the Rams, MVP or Defensive Player of the Year. Come on, now you're just throwing anybody on. You know what I mean?
And again, like I said, that sack record to me, let alone that should have put him up on there. It should have made it an all defensive thing. Could have been him. It could have been two other defensive players on there. It would have been crazy.
Even if you would have put him as a Ram in a Rams jersey, that shit still
Yeah, you could have did whatever you wanted to, and it still would have made more sense. Yeah. Stafford. MVP. Like it could have been both. It could have been that two dudes.
It could have been both. Yeah, you should have a front and back cover. It should be front cover, offense, quarterback, Stafford, back cover, Miles. That should have been hard. When have you ever seen a Madden cover? I know they was doing that for a minute. I think the Barry Sanders edition or whatever, they had a front and a back cover. They need to do that so they could just make that shit worth, like, motherfuckers will start keeping the cases and shit because it's worth shit, you know?
And they should have put two. You could put two guys on there. It's not like you see NCAA now. They're putting multiple players on the cover. Oh, what happened to the Guardians last night? I caught. Hey, look, man, you put in Hunter Gaddis and he gave up the game in overtime. Or not overtime, but in extra innings.
Yeah.
Jeffrey says he thinks college sports made a mistake when they started paying players. I don't think it was a full-out mistake. I just don't think they had it regulated and had the restrictions put in place that they needed before they did that. They should have already had all that worked out instead of trying to do it on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing with it was, at the end of the day, these kids are over 18. They need to get paid. And that the college basketball is making way too much money when they were the 2Ks and the base. You using players' names. I wish I was a baller and they use my name and I'm not getting paid, bro. Mike, that wouldn't happen. You got to get paid. My name's on that, John. You for free. Williams for free. Mike for free. I need to get paid.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, maybe not this crazy millions and millions and millions of dollars that they're getting.
No. Just enough to eat.
If they go out and get sponsors from, dealerships on their own, that's whatever. But to get paid their image and likeness from,
proceeds. Yeah, proceeds.
Video games and stuff, the college needs to pay these players.
Not even like a check. Yeah, not like you said, not even like a check. A 2K game come out, your name's on the game, you get proceeds from every single game bought. That's funny, right?
And then I do understand, the higher the caliber player, the more money. I get that, but you gotta regulate it at some point. Yeah. Jeffrey says, to be honest, Jordan Love played better than Caleb Williams in the playoff game, but Caleb Williams had more help. Normal guy says Garrett or Stafford, or why not both?
I can see why they could. Now, the only thing that makes sense about that cover is they based it off of that throw, bro. That backwards, that stepping backwards throw was ridiculous. That was the play. I think he got an SB play of the year. So they basing it off of one play, but you can't base the cover off one play. You got it. That's an overall thing. It's like an award. That's an award to go on the Madden, right? I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, look, the Indiana coach is on the Deluxe college football cover. You got his ass, Kurt Signetti's out there on the damn Madden cover for what he's done, the culture change he made in Indiana. That's huge. Huge. The Madden cover isn't bad. It is fire. You know, the Iceman man.
It's fire with the cold. That shit.
Yeah,
It does look fire.
But did he deserve that thing? Because it used to be something where you deserved it. Your season made you deserve it.
See, and now they've made it. They've made it now where they didn't rig the game. Now you don't have to deserve it to go on. Now anybody can go on the cover now. Offensive linemen can get on the cover. You know, come on, stop that.
Yeah, Saquon made it. He did that backwards hurdle. That was something we ain't never seen before, though. That was huge. But that year, he ran like he carried the Eagles to the Super Bowl. That he deserved to be on that cover.
Right. Oh yeah, I mean, for sure. And he had the greatest play ever.
Backwards hurdle was an amazing play. Just to have.
Yeah. Not only was he the MVP, he should have been the MVP. He was the Offensive Player of the Year, and he had the greatest football move we've ever seen in sports. So yeah, that's hands down. Jeff, that's hands down.
One of the top 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely all about money. I call it's about money. College is all about money in a sense. And the thing is but before the SEC was paying out, doing it on the cover, and we're good at it. Big Ten couldn't shell it out. Now the Big Ten can shell it out, and everybody's coming to the Big Ten. And it's weird. I'm not saying it's rigged in every aspect. College, basketball, football, it's all in a rigged sense with players leaving after a year to go get paid more somewhere else. I think that's absolutely asinine. It shouldn't be happening. None of it should be like that. These players shouldn't be able to change teams every year to go get more money from somewhere else. That is horrible.
Jared, normal guy, you talking about the Knicks game? I caught a little bit of it, but I was going to ask Mike. New York fans, think they sat down a little bit. Mike, they got sat down. Have you seen what's the name of him?
Bright and early. He was here bright and early.
Okay. What was he saying? Did he sit down a little bit? Did he have a seat a little bit?
He believes they're going to get the next one, but he goes, that's what's happening. He goes too much hero ball and ISO ball with Brunson, and Towns didn't show up. And I had said that too. I said they clamped down on Towns and they started to force other things to happen, and everybody did what they needed to do on the Spurs. And Spurs were in every game. They had a lead late in both the first 2 games.
It's been a tight series. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm going to say. All the New York fans, they need to sit down and they need to remember what team they represent and what the Knicks do. Mike, if they don't get game 4, if they allow the Spurs, now the Spurs gave up 2, but we talking about a red hot 13 in a row dominating New York Garden game. If the Knicks let the Spurs get game 4, this could be one of the worst. Like, and it's New York, man. Damn, we all want New York to win. We don't want the Spurs to win. We know what's going to happen if they let that kid get a chip in his second year. Mike, if they don't win game 3, this New York we thought they were going to blow it up with a victory. They might blow it up with a L.
Well, I compared it to a boxing match. When you got one team or one guy that so many matches he's had has been first or second round knockouts. Like he hasn't gone late into the championship rounds, the 11th, 12th rounds. The Knicks have been knocking people out in the first, second round. Like it's been quick, sweeps. The Spurs have been going into the 11th and 12th round, going into those championship rounds, taking it to the distance, and then finishing them off. The Knicks haven't had to do that, and the longer this goes, the more the Spurs start to really heat up and their legs start to kick, and they start to play their brand of ball, and they do what they did to the Thunder. They can beat them 2 games in a row. They were down 3-2. They won 2 games in a row and got themselves moving. It could happen right here. The Spurs can do that.
I don't want it to happen. This is the one. They came all the way today this close. They 2 games away, Mike. 2 games. First of all, you jump out.
They might not get it done again because the East gets healthy and they get strong. and this is 3. You still got to compete with Wemby and the Thunder and all them on the West.
And yep. And wherever Bron go to, and the Cavs will still be there, especially if Bron goes back. Y'all know y'all only a couple pieces away from really getting right back. Y'all should have been there, but Yeah, New York. It's going to be a tense 48 hours for New York, and it's going to be a real big, intense week because we get to this point next week, Sports Madness, and we're going to have some sad ass New York faces out here. Real sad.
Might be.
Real sad. Yeah.
There might be. And I mean, and last night after the loss, they were teeing off on Spurs fans, ripping their jerseys and shirts off, chasing them down streets. Like, man, hold on. How you going to be that crazy and unsportsmanlike that you going to be that mad about somebody else cheering for another team? You mad?
But you won in a stadium. You won in a stadium.
Go whip somebody's ass on the team, not fucking fans.
See, that's that New York shit. See, that's the difference between Philly and New York. Philly, we might have talked a little bit. We take it on the chin, but we believe we're going to get that game. New York's getting nervous because if they out harassing people already after one loss night, that ain't good. That means they thinking about them past losses.
Yeah, agree. Jeffrey says Harper, bro, he's playing better than Fox. I think Fox is getting moved in this offseason. And if he goes to the Wolves, watch out. Hey, listen, Jeffrey, if Harper would have been in the game in the first two games late, I mean, he was late in the second game, but if that first game he would have been in the last 3 minutes, the Spurs would have won that game because his defense would have locked up Brunson.
Oh, for
He
sure.
would have cut Brunson down on some of them plays, and the Spurs might have won game one. I think Fox is off the team, and if he does go to the Wolves, which I think is a great fit for him because he could be that point that they haven't had really. He could be that guard, even though I like Holiday. If Drew Holiday can go to the Wolves, he can score and he plays defense. That's a hell of a move for them. Hell of a move.
Drew's still in the league doing his thing, man. Big ups to Drew Holiday.
He said the Knicks fans are like Cowboy fans, too hyped for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we get hype. I call live. We get hype, but we don't do that. We don't do that. Don't do that.
You're not gonna go out there chasing other fans, ripping their shit off. Like there's videos of people doing that now. If they're out there talking mess and getting stupid and saying dumb shit,
that's different.
Somebody's gonna get reckless, but it can't be.
I tell you what exactly. If it would have been Philly, Mike, this would have happened. If Philly would have. First thing we're gonna do is we're up 2-1 and we're in Philly. Unless, like you said, unless they talking big shit, then things happen. But what's going to happen is Philly fans are more of those fans that's going to go after the players. We're going to go more after the media. The media is going to start. We're going to be like, bro, come on, man. Like, how y'all going to give up game 3 at home and you won game 1 and 2? All that fighting other people, that's New York. That's that goon. That's that New York City goon shit.
They just mad they got humbled. They got humbled. And then you saw right after the game, Mike Brown went straight to, we got less free throws in the second half. Like, come on, man.
Whatever.
Come on.
Just get humbled, bro. You lost. You got 13 straight. Damn. I mean, we haven't seen like what we asked last week. I don't even think the Bulls won 13 straight. Yeah, the Lakers was the only team that had its run. Now, okay, y'all went out. Now y'all match the Lakers numbers for 1 loss in the playoff or 1 loss in 3 rounds.
Hey, you can't say
Bills fans are wild too.
Hey, the Lakers fans are wild too. They do that shit. That's the same shit they do.
That's all big city shit. You know, big city. You know, it's all big city. Shit. New York City is the worst, man. New York is a different type of animal.
Yeah, New York is just sickening over there when it comes to this type of stuff. They definitely are. Their fan base absolutely. They go irate style. I mean, I love it that they show up and show out, but then they show out too much and recklessly after the games, whether they win or lose. And it's crazy.
And the last thing you need is somebody getting shot.
Oh yeah, see, and I hope that doesn't happen. You know, violence like that is asinine. It doesn't need to happen. But hey, Naz Reid, he gonna get paid all that money. I would take Naz Reid over here. I'd make the move and put Naz Reid on the Cavs. I like Naz Reid. And Ronnie Ballman says it wouldn't have been as bad if they didn't have to get to the stadium so early and could have done their circle jerk. They had to wait in line because Trump went to the game, so they had to wait. It took them longer to get in the stadium. And they're trying to blame the loss on Trump.
Man, they already told they told Trump not to go, man. They told Donald not to go. Like, what? Like, you knew they were going to lose because he showed up at the end of the day. I know.
You need to not be a ever.
I already knew it was going. I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, Donald a fake ass New York fan, man. He ain't no. He don't even like New York no more, man. They booted him out of there a long time ago. But what was Jeff saying? So Jeff, and that's what I was saying. If the New York Knicks win, I'm going live up on the flight, Mike, and I'm not even doing a football talk. I'm doing a straight Sixers burn down the stadium because the Philadelphia Sixers. This is another slap in the face to the organization of the Sixers. They allowed this to happen. All these players played in the backyard of the Philadelphia Sixers. Some of them from Philly. Brunson's not from Philly. Bridges is from Philly. Yeah, and Archie Diacono, bruh. This is a slap in the Sixers' face for allowing the New York Knicks to come in their yard and steal every one of their players that played in Philly, man. It's just a bad. This is why the Sixers are really trash. That's all it is. The Knicks didn't luck up. The Sixers dropped the ball. Easy.
Well, every team dropped the ball in that sort of sense.
Philly, but the Sixers really did. They didn't get one up.
They should have took in their hometown guys, or at least a couple of
them. Yeah, they didn't even get one up. Not one. Too busy with the process. The process of demolish.
Too busy worrying about Joel Embiid shooting threes
and Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons, man. Like, come on, Josh.
Jimmy Butler. All that dumb shit.
I would rather have Josh Hart over Ben Simmons any day. You know why? Hart. That boy play with heart.
Well, yeah, you guys
had Josh Hart, Alex.
You guys did.
Y'all had Josh Hart? He got drafted. He did. Yeah, but he didn't play. Well, Josh Hart's a different story. Like he is one of the best role players.
That makes it even worse though, because Philly could have grabbed him when he went free agency or in a trade or something.
Right. That means they struck out twice. They allowed him to go to the West, and then they allowed him. But the Knicks just did perfect. We saw it when they brought Cat over. And then they stole, and then they went and got Brunson away from Dallas, which is a small market because you don't see a lot of Mavericks games. And then they went and got Brunson, and then they put all the pieces around Brunson that he won championships with. That's just genius, man. The Knicks knew what they were doing.
Yeah, that's a hell of a play. You had DiVincenzo that was there too for that year last year, and then you trade to get Towns and. They did.
And then OG, like getting OG, like it's
crazy. Icon says y'all just losers, Philly, respectfully.
Yeah, Sixers are losers, man, and that's why I'm done. But I don't do it no more. But Philly, when you put that, stop that. If I catch you live on TV now, stop that all that Philadelphia.
and Jeffrey, you're right. Josh Hart being 6'4", battling bigs for rebounds, he just knows how to position himself. And the bigs really don't pay attention to him. That's the thing. He just sneaks in there, positions himself correctly, and does the Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman wasn't that big, but the dude watched the ball. He would shoot, have people shoot and miss to see which way the ball will come off the rim, and started doing that in the game. And realizing,
this kid.
Side, I'm going over there. I know where it's coming.
I watched this kid grow in his second year in Nova, and that's what he did. And that's what makes great. That's what makes players. Josh Hart is an old school player, man. He doesn't live off of jumpers. He does everything. He plays with the heart. And you don't get a lot of that in this league. And the Sixers should have been watching him the way he progressed his sophomore to senior year. He became the star of the team without even being that good. It's just the heart hustle. Rodman, like you said, Mike, Rodman shit.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have everything Rodman has, but he has that motor, that heart to get things done.
I like how you spelled it. I like that, Jeff. H-E-I-H-A-R-T. I like that. But they got to win. They got to win, Mike. If you're, how do you come out and make sure that Game three, I feel like not only if the Knicks win, then we know they're going to get one. They should. But how do you come out if you're a coach of the Knicks, Mike Brown? You know how Mike coached from being in the Cavs. How do you come out and make sure this game isn't close? How do you make sure you go out and you put the foot on the neck and get the chip with this game 4 win?
You got to get Towns back involved. I mean, Towns had a rough game, and the Spurs made that happen. But you can't have Brunson playing hero ball a good majority of the game. It doesn't work. That ISO ball isn't going to win the game. Other people got to step up. Mikal Bridges didn't show up either. If I'm correct, he had 8 points maybe.
Yeah, it's not enough. They all got to get there.
Let me look at it right now. I'm gonna be right at the stats. Bridges had 2 points. He was 1 for 5. That's a problem. It's a huge ass problem. Your bench, Jordan Clarkson had 10. Shamat wasn't hitting his. He was 1 of 8. McBride's usually hitting. He played 8 minutes, was 0 for 2. McBride and Shamat have been the reason why they've been scoring a lot because they've come out and hit big shots and put up points. They're not even putting up nothing. They're not doing anything. And when Mikal Bridges ain't doing shit, but OG stepped up, Brunson stepped up, it's hard for the Knicks to win the game. They got to have a supporting bench.
I hear that. Yo, caught live. Freeway, all right, but you gotta holler. You gotta check that boy Scully out on Father's Day, man. Most feel Entertainment, Man Cave Media. Kiss my ass the album Father's Day weekend. Ain't gonna worry about Freeway after that. Caught live.
He had 9 rebounds.
9. That's good, though. That's what Josh does, though. 9 boards, double-digit points, couple assists.
9 and I think 5 it was. 16, 9, and 5. Yep, 16,
yeah,
9, and 5. Yeah.
Mikal Bridges is, to me, that's the Mikal Bridges is he's the secret sauce to the Knicks winning. Like, OG and Bridges. Like, if you can get double digits from OG and Bridges and outplay the man at their garden, the Knicks will win.
OG had 28 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, but he also had 2 blocks. So OG stepped up.
That's what I mean. Yeah, 28. Like now just imagine if Bridges would have stepped up. That game, the series is sweet.
The thing is, that might have took away from OG, but still, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, but still,
OG
even him with 20.
That's a problem.
Right. It feels like the only reason why he had to score 28 is because no one else was scoring. Right? So you rather get that from Bridges, get that 15 from Bridges, get that 15 from OG. Now, who do you guard? Who can you guard?
It opens up a whole different world.
Right.
I agree. Dudes crying about fouls. That was crazy. And fans too. People start saying, "Oh, the refs this, refs that." Listen, there is no team that's going to get the refs like the Thunder do. So any other game, that's why I didn't want the Thunder in the finals. Because if they were, I wouldn't have won. Because then it would have been more of a ref thing. Knicks fans need to realize they get calls. There's no calls all the time on them. It's the same thing. They had a lot of shit that should have been called in that game 1 where they might have lost that game due to them fouls. It goes both ways. It doesn't just do one. There's Victor right there.
There go Big Dick right there. There go the alien right there, man. Yep. Yeah. Hey, and you know what? He hasn't had an alien game yet. So that's why I'm saying
he had 32 points. What do you have? 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists with 3 blocks.
See that? I mean, those are great stats. Don't get it twisted, but that's something that he could do in his sleep. He could do that in his sleep. We're talking 40, 42, 43, 44. You know he's due for it, bro. He can do it. He can get that in there.
It's definitely going to happen. Victor's going to show out big time. And if they win game 4, that could be the game it happens at. Because, again, like I said, I think the longer this goes and the more the Spurs start to ramp up, the worse it's going to be for the Knicks.
Look at Stephen W. Smith acting like he a Knicks fan.
That dude, he trash.
He phony.
He
trash.
Either.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, well, that's why y'all now look. Let me show both of these faces. That's why y'all now rocking with the best. We don't watch ESPN no more. We watch Man Cave Media Sports. We here. We're not gonna turn in those. Mike, that money when we get that RV and that bus, it ain't gonna change. Ain't nothing changing with us, bro. We gonna keep it thorough.
Listen, by real ass
Yeah.
sports fans talking to y'all
Sheesh.
fans. That's what this is. This isn't. I'm getting paid one way or another to believe one way or another. I'm going to be biased towards my team. I'm not going to say the Browns are going 17-0 ever in my life.
Ever. Yeah, and that's what I caught on TV. That's my thing. He got me with the screaming, man. I ain't gonna lie. I used to wake up every morning, ESPN Sports Center, bro. It's been years, man. But since I've been rocking with y'all, man, I don't watch it no more because you get a lot of politicking and jumping on bandwagons, getting paid for money. We on here talking about teams that we love, but also legitimate reasons for why we got our reasons. You know what I mean?
Hey, we talk about everything, and that's the best part about it all. I mean, you do all that, and Mike Brown was tripping out. He looked like he was defeated, like he needed to have an excuse to get out of that game. Why couldn't you just say, "Hey, man, it didn't work. Right. Do the job."
That's the Knicks.
Free throws.
That's the Knicks fans. Somebody called it. I think Jay called it. New York might be its own kryptonite. All them fans, Spike Lee, all them people spending all that big money, they all yelling at everybody. They all in Mike Brown ear because they want this too bad. But sometimes you put too much pressure on these players and just let them play, man. So that's why I said game 4, Mike. I know it's gonna be crazy. The Garden was rocking, but these Knick fans, if they want to chip, they better chill out and let these dudes take the pressure off these guys and let them play ball. They need to.
Well, they call MSG the pressure cooker because that's what it is. And the problem is, it's supposed to be for the other team. Don't make it for the home team.
That's what I mean. Yeah, don't make it for your own home team. Like, that's crazy. But that's New York for you. That's New York. So that's why it's the toughest place to play.
Well, like earlier, I was talking about how the NFL season, it's coming when more arrests happen. Arrest after arrest after arrest. Ayuk got warrants for speeding. Left tackle for the Rams just got arrested for multiple counts of domestic violence. All sorts.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't see. I wonder why I don't see the LA Damon there, Mike.
It's crazy going on. I mean, and I was saying earlier because Stafford is the reason why that team is going to roll the way it is. I mean, the defense is going to be what it is, but Stafford is going to be. God forbid some injury happen. And it's going to be nuts. And it's going to be tough even if they aren't injured. The first 5 games are against – 4 of them are against contenders. And then the last 6, besides the Bucs, even though the Bucs make the playoffs and win the division, the last 6 are against contenders. So, I mean, you got 11 games out of 17 that could really hurt you, really be a problem. So who knows what's going to happen over there.
Man, these NFL players, man, we went into it, Mike, a couple years ago about just a different breed. I mean, I get it. You're rich. It's summertime. It's a lot of skin. It's a lot of. And so some of us have a noggin season all year round. You know what I mean? It's a noggin season. I mean, it's palm trees. You're driving Lambos and all type of shit. But, man, they got to realize that you still got to be professional. Even though if you're not on the field, you still got to be professional, man. You look at that's one thing I love about Bron, man. Like Kobe, I'm thinking about those big stars that got into it. Jordan had a little rip with the gambling and other stuff. Kobe had the rape case, but bruh, I don't know if Bron just seems to be that player that he just has all the money, all the reasons to F up, he putting every eye on him. But Mike, he just seems to always be able to keep it professional. And that's what a lot of these players got to start doing. They got to stop. Get you a driver, man. Quit. If you go, okay, I see if you got the Lambo. Okay, open it up. But on a regular day, DUI and shit, Mike, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand. And I said that earlier. I said you make millions, going on billions of dollars, and you DUIing, you acting stupid in clubs, you around people. Granted, they your day ones, but if they acting a fool, well, then they need to be your day nuns.
Day 5, day 9.
They need to not be existing. Not be existing. If I make it and this whole thing comes huge and we make it, there's some people who I'm like, hey, I will love you from a distance because I'm not about that life. I can't bring that aspect back around me, but I'll help you and try to get you right. If you mess that up, that's on you then. I can't have that around me, though. That element to where it's going to affect me and bring me down. It just can't happen.
You got to have your. But sometimes if they ain't your day ones, and you think about they might be your day nuns, got to break out that disclosure contract, Mike. Look, I take you on the road. No, you smoke too much green or you drink too much. You love the women, bro. You got to sign this disclosure act, bro. I can't go. You can't go with me.
Yeah. You act a fool, you off. That's it. Find your own way home because you ain't getting on our bus.
Nah, you can't get on the bus, bro, because you know what I mean. So yeah, but you know, I mean, it's the off season, and we'll see. The NFL's funny though, Mike. It's funny how the NFL used to be real straight. They're getting real lax now. They're getting real lackadaisical now because it's all about money. It's all about that money, bro.
And that's the problem, man. They need to tighten up the reins some. I get it. If you have a down year, but you got to tighten the reins up on these players. Something's got to happen. There's got to be a program or something that these players got to go through before they can do whatever, because this is unreal. It's just domestic violence left and right. It seems like it's speeding and stupid. Like, why are you speeding, man? I get it, man. There's got to be tracks. There's going to be a straightaway, some back road shit that you can go hit for 130. Right. Why are you doing that on a busy-ass highway? Or why are you doing that amongst the public with everybody looking at you? You know people are watching you, and they know what kind of car you drive or what you look like. Why you do stupid shit like that?
And I don't even understand how that's why I said the NFL, man. Ray Rice. This dude, Ray Rice, bro. Rashid Rice. Not Ray Rice. Yeah, Ray Rice. That's throwback. Rashid Rice, bro. This dude, he almost killed everybody on the Dallas Parkway and the Lambeau a couple years ago. Now he wailing out. Like, when does the NFL start to be like, so what? That's Patrick Mahomes' number one weapon. They wailing. Sit their ass down for you.
Professional, not a fan of a team that got rid of A.J. Brown, Joel Embiid, out of shape, never play. And the Phillies, do I have to say anything about that? Real professional, what we doing?
Oh, caught live.
You and your. Why you constantly got to go ham on our teams when we don't say, "Hey, the Lakers are never going to win another championship. You guys can't put it together. Once LeBron's gone, you're done." The Dodgers, they spend $800 million just to create the championships. They bought their team, which, hey, that's what they can do in baseball, and they done did it. And I applaud them because guess what? They my West Coast team, but I mean that's how it works.
I mean, what teams in LA? The Rams, the LA Dams. Eagles got more Super Bowls than the Dams in the last 5 to 8 years. I mean, you know, Sixers.
He's a Bills fan. He ain't a Rams fan. He a Bills fan.
Oh, he a Bill. Oh, that's even worse. We ain't gonna talk about Buffalo, homie. Come on, stop that, bro. Like, 0 for 9. Like, but you know what? We like that call out. We like it. Keep it up.
Yeah, I got no problem with it. I get it. My team has done struggled and been trash, and dumb shit has happened left and right. 100% understand it.
What they do is all that fuel end up fueling another shit, Mike. Y'all mess around and the Browns y'all win a couple playoff games this year. Caught Live better be on here. I want to see you here. Caught Live.
Man, people need to really it's going to blow minds. People are going to die because they won't be able to compute it.
One thing.
We know we like having fun with you.
No, it's all good, man. But one thing, all that we say, caught. We've had worse, believe me. It's been worse on here. But all I can say is, if you trolling, just remember that. But when you get to the cash register at the end of the year, better have your receipts, because me and Mike will have ours. The Bad Cage keeps receipts. Mike knows.
Oh, yeah.
Run the tape.
Jeffrey says, whoever thought it was a good idea to give Brandon Cooks a go ball to win the game at his age has a couple screws loose. Yeah. Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, because it's the Rams. I think that was the Rams game. They threw him a go route, and that would he should have been to somebody else. They threw it to him and they cost him the game. Damn,
I didn't even know, man.
I didn't even think
I'm so shocked he's in the league. Brandon Cooks.
You know, when he was on the Saints, he was a baller.
He was a baller, but this was like Drew Brees.
Yeah,
Drew Brees throwing him the ball? Yeah.
Drew Brees over there tossing the rock.
Yeah, Bree's been retired for, it feel like, almost 10 years. Is it close? 7?
It feel that way. I don't know if it's been 10, but
It feels like it. Because you know why? You know why, Mike? Because the quarterback play is so different. It's so, you got your top 5, and then after that, man, it's like we're used to seeing Breeze, and we're used to seeing 10, 15, half of the NFL quarterbacks were Hall of Famers 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Half of, maybe more. So
it's not even just that. It's also the fact that the game has changed with quarterbacks. They use their feet and they do different things now. You got different plays, and the way of playing the position now is 100% different. Back then, you had pocket passers, dudes that stood there and chucked the rock all over the field. Breeze, Rodgers, Manning, Brady. It wasn't all this craziness going on. Now it's a way different game when it comes to that.
True. Call live. Don't worry. Don't forget about Makai Lemon. He ain't no lemon. That's a Ferrari out here. He ain't no lemon.
He says the only thing y'all got going is Edgecombe.
Hey, you know what? I've already told y'all. I kept it real with Mike, and I said it. I was a Knicks fan. If I take AI off the Sixers, then I'm a bigger Knicks fan than I am a Sixers fan. But now, after this year, I'm done with the Sixers, bro. Never again. You're never gonna see me rock that PHILA with the red, white, and blue. They haven't. Done,
Wow.
Mike. Go ahead. Say the same thing about your Cavs, Mike. Go ahead. You're really a Pistons fan, right?
I'm not going to say that. Hell no. I'm the basketball. It's straight Cavs. It ain't nobody else.
But you know why?
Though.
Huh? What you say?
I said they do need to change the jerseys, though.
Only because now, for real, like growing up, Jordan. I mean, okay, the first couple of championships, I'm like, yeah, Jordan, that boy, Pippen, Phil Jackson. But then when they started playing the Knicks, I'm like, and they had all them big personalities on the Knicks: Freewell, Houston Starks, Mason, Oakley, Larry Johnson. I'm like, oh, this team raw, man, it's raw. Come on, beat Jordan and then beat them. They never could. So that's when I started liking the Knicks. But if it wasn't for AI, I don't think I ever would have been Sixers. AI. Barkley,
He says, let's see a 1 RM bench.
let's see a 1. Oh, what you want? 1 arm bench? Check it out. Standing benches. I'm waiting for somebody to be like, bro, your reps is off. How you count while talking? I'm like, Mike, I do this all day. All I do is count and talk while I count.
A 1 rep max. He wants 1 rep
Yo,
max.
1 rep. Oh, Thursday. How about off the rails? I give you 75 pounds fresh off the rack.
75 pounds.
75 off the rack. I might hold that bitch up a little extra too. Yeah, Thursday. Going down. Tune in off the rail.
2017 again. Where are their quarterbacks that was starting? That shouldn't have been like Gabbert, Bortles, and Kaiser. Yeah, dude. That was crazy. 2017 was crazy, guys.
That was let's hope that now is this year gonna be like that. I mean, they gassed all them dudes up though. Gabbert was supposed to be all good.
Hey, he's called you. He'll be back Thursday then. Miles McCarthy said he'll be back Thursday then.
Oh, Miles. Oh, you trying? Okay, Miles, let's do it. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll put them 4. How about I put up 545 plates on the press? And yeah, 5 of them.
Oh shit. Put them
So what I might do is, Mike, I got a new PR though. I ain't gonna hold you. My PR pull up 345 plates on the pull up. I can get 2.5, 345 plates.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Hey, that's what he does for a living, Miles. He's a personal trainer, so he's got to know what he can do and put it up.
Yeah, bro. Tuesday, Sports Madness, we in here. We in here, bro.
Getting the workout in, doing the show, and then he goes right back to training.
Yeah, because nothing stops the show and nothing stops the game. That's right, Miles.
That's right.
We here for this show.
Regardless, because that backcourt. Maxie and
that backcourt. Maxey, man. Yeah, you know what? You got Maxey got punched in the mouth. He got punched in the mouth this year, but guess what? Jalen Brunson got punched in the mouth for the last 2 years too. So I love, man. I do. I'm, a lot of this is Embiid. A lot of my frustration is Ben Simmons, Embiid, and the whole thing we just talked about, Mike. I still don't understand how the Sixers never got any of these Villanova champions. I don't understand it at all. The organization of the Sixers, and then they lost me with the Butler when they got rid of Butler and they went for James Harden after us basically almost beating the Raptors. But the only thing that's right for the Sixers is that backcourt. That is the only thing. But now, if they don't get rid of Embiid, Mike, how can you keep playing Embiid, man? Like, how can
I don't know. Embiid should have been gone maybe 2 years ago. This whole thing would be different if you traded him 3 years ago, got what you could get. I think Philadelphia would be a whole different world.
Where do you think Giannis is going? Because that's the big question. Where is Giannis going? Where should he go? If you're Giannis.
He wants to go. Is what they're saying. But my thing is a lot to offer. Well, you got Tyler Hero. You got some draft picks. I think the Cavs have the best package to offer. But it's just who – I don't know if he'll come here or want to come here. Even though he'd be playing with studs.
Just the sound of it.
Yeah,
South Beach, bro. Like, stop it. You know, Cleveland got the best options. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Giannis and I want to win a championship, it's probably the Cavs, the Knicks, whatever the Sixers gonna do with whoever else besides Embiid. But when you think about these guys imagine playing in Milwaukee. I got family in Milwaukee. I mean, I love Milwaukee, but there ain't nothing there but some beer and some cheese. Yeah, beer and cheese, and they go together. So it's like, if you was playing in Milwaukee, would you go to Cleveland or would you go to Miami? South Beach, you know where you go. South.
No, yeah, South Beach. He said he's going to OKC. Yeah, OKC got a lot to offer. Yeah, they do. They offer a ton of shit and get him.
That's cheap.
I don't know if the Knicks blow everything up to get Giannis. I don't see them doing that.
What about Boston? I do like Boston running ball, man.
Boston they'll part with Jaylen Brown yet. I think that's an issue. And Jaylen would have to be involved in this situation.
Is Giannis a free agent?
Come off some shit too. But yeah, Miami
is
to be the one.
Is Giannis a free agent, or is he still got years left? I thought he was a free agent.
I think he's got.
No, maybe one. Yeah, he got. Well, I feel like this. If you're a Milwaukee man, that kid was. Giannis has been more of a professional than Joel Embiid. He's took it on the chin. He's carried that team. He's got a chip. Let that man go, man. Don't strong arm him.
If they smart, they got a lot of young talent. They got a lot of young players that play good, doing their thing. You make this trade with the Cavs to get Mobley, and if you gotta make them add Strus or something like that in and draft picks, you do that because it keeps your talent young. And you can still get draft picks, and then the Cavs are in a win now situation. This isn't a young players, blah blah blah. It's win now, right now for them. We should have done the Giannis trade at the deadline probably and got traded it out. But the problem is we wanted to win now, and Giannis wasn't gonna be able to do it this year. So if we do it now, keep the Bucks young, add more young talent. Mobley can be that stud. I just think he has to go somewhere else to be that number one, and I think Milwaukee might be the perfect place for him.
So that just answers my question. I said, who would you be parting ways for Giannis? You throwing Mobley in there?
Mobley, it might have to be like another player because they were willing to do Mobley and Giannis almost straight up with some draft pick changes, and I think that could still happen. Now,
that's what I mean.
Maybe you throw in a Max Strus just to sweeten it up and make it go over the top. But Giannis, I don't see how he looks away from coming here to be with – because Harden's probably going to get re-signed at a different level so you can be under the apron and be able to make the move. You bring Giannis in here. You got Mitchell. You got Harden. You still got Jared Allen here. You still got pieces, and you could acquire some mid-level exceptions and still build this team. And this team could be way better than it was this year.
Well, that's what I mean. If Milwaukee doesn't strong arm Giannis and let him go do his thing, then maybe they'll be happy with just a straight up trading a couple picks. But if they go and try to strong arm him, then y'all probably got to throw in Strus, Strauss, and a couple other dudes. Who knows?
Look, you want to keep Mobley because of his defense? Giannis plays some hella defense too.
Bro, Giannis
is also an MVP. He's on the defensive side.
I'll trade that any day. Giannis defense for Mobley D. I'll trade it.
If you want to win a ring again, it's got to be all in, and Mobley might be the piece that has to go.
I mean, know. Giannis is how old is Giannis? He's not 30 yet.
Nah, he older though. He like
26, 27, 28. I mean, he still got it good. He got no major injuries. Giannis got a good 5 to 7 in him. You know.
No, Giannis he's 31.
Damn, Giannis 31.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he got 3, 4. He got 4, 5 in him. He played till 36. Like I said, no major injuries, and he's got that LeBron grind. He's got that push.
He's got something coming. Let's hope whatever happens, we'll probably figure that out in the next couple weeks, to be honest, around draft time. Free agency opens up beginning of July. Again, like I said, the World Cup's about to start here soon if it hasn't already. You got the big UFC White House fight. I mean, every fight's about to be crazy this Sunday. That's about to be insane. Boxing's amping up. I mean, me, Jay, and Dom are going to the Abdullah Mason fight in Cleveland.
Oh, a word?
Yeah, we'll be there. We already got the tickets and all.
Oh, shit, I'm going to look into that. How much was the ticket?
I mean, we paid one. It was $170 a piece, but we 7 rows from the ring.
Oh, snap. Might do that. Let me look into that. It's going to be dope. When is it? July when?
July 4th.
Oh, shit. Okay. Say less, brother.
All right. Well, listen, it's coming down to the end of this. You know what this is. Make sure y'all do us the biggest favor. You hit that like button on your way out. You hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you know when we're coming back. Share it to all your people. Get more people to come on. If you're on X, jump over to this YouTube at the Man Cave 8172. Hit all those buttons for us and join the chat next. Look, he about to put up some reps with some dumbbells.
Let's get it. Which one? Wait. Okay, Mike. Let's get down here a little bit. Let's get them 55. Wait. Some people have 45 in the metal. We got 45 metal plates. Go.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Sports Madness.
I got to see Abdullah Mason, man. He's a dog. You got to see the young Cleveland talent. But, hey, look, stay tuned tomorrow. Game Time 216. I will be back on with Bobby G, talking everything Cleveland and what's going on. You also got Off the Rails Thursday. You know what it is when it comes to that. A flight, he said, is going to be popping off, I think, this weekend. Make sure you stay with that. Hit those buttons for us, man. Until next time.
Yo, show love. Man cave.